Hiya folks, and welcome back to Fishing with Den. So, as you can see, we're back on the river today. I'm going to do a bit of feeder fishing. This place contains a lot of big carp, and it's always a good idea to get a fair amount of bait in there. Now, I've done a video in the past where I balled in a load of ground bait. I think I put 20 balls in, one after another. In fact, here's a quick excerpt from that to show you what I was doing. Okay, so here's the plan then. I've put my pole out at 9 meters. I'll put the pole cup on so you can see it. I've aimed it at those trees over there because obviously if I aim it right at the telegraph pole I'm going to be throwing bait out there. I don't want to catch the end of the pole. Now the pole gives me the distance, the telegraph pole gives me the area to put it into, and now it's just a question of putting it in. Okay, well that's 20 of them done. Now it's just a question of get the rest of my tackle ready while that's doing its job, and we'll get started. But today I'm going to try doing something different, and by different I mean there's the standard cage feeder that I've been using, 30-gram cage feeder, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by putting feed in with this feeder. Hopefully you can see that it's actually much bigger. Look, for the river one, because the rivers flow, I've actually made up a square version which has the same capacity as that one, but really I wanted to show you this against this because you can now see the difference between what this puts in and what this puts in. Now I could put 20 of these in and still not have a great deal of bait in there. What I'm going to do though today is I'm going to start off by putting probably 15 of these in. Yes, it'll take me a little bit of time to do, but it will be pretty much totally accurate because it'll go down and that's where I'm going to be fishing eventually. So let's get that started. I'll just unclip this one and clip that on and we can get some bait going in. The first thing I should say is that this thing weighs something like 100 grams when it's full. Now that's a big old amount of weight, so really you need to be absolutely sure that your rod and your tackle, your line, is going to be able to take it. And to be honest, this one isn't quite what I'd normally want to use because it's a Drennan Vertex 12 foot. Now it says it'll take 10-pound line and it says it's for medium to heavy feeders. I suspect they don't mean this heavy. So we really are going to have to sort of go a bit careful with this. I have actually got another rod on order, a big heavy duty one, but it hasn't arrived yet because of COVID. The post's awful, so I'm just having to use this today and just using it as a sort of a fairly easy chuck. I've actually used this to cast out the deeper fish finder, which is also 100 grams, but it's no big deal. It does it fairly well. I'm not going to be fishing with it as such. I'm just going to be getting bait out there. This is the actual rod I was hoping to use on the day I did this video, folks, but it hadn't arrived, so I decided to go ahead anyway with tackle that really wasn't designed for it, but was enough to cope with it on that day. This is actually the Free Spirit fishing rod. This will actually do up to 120 gram feeders, and it's also capable of casting something like 100 meters. This is the CTX Power Feeder 13 foot special, and I've combined that with the 5500 Shimano Ultegra reel. Haven't actually used it yet, but the good news is that now I've got it, it's a good excuse to go back and repeat the exercise and see what it's like with this rod. All I've done, I've packed in the ground bait so that you get probably 20 seconds before it starts to break up out of the feeder. So I'm just casting out, counting to about 20, and then just reeling in. And now what that's going to do is going to get the bait on exactly the same distance every time because I'm clipped up, And it's also, because I'm aiming at a feature over there, going to put the feeder and the bait at exactly the same spot. So where I was balling in before with the ground bait, and you couldn't be absolutely sure of what was going to happen there, now by doing this I should be in a position where my bait is in a tighter sort of area. I really wouldn't recommend that you use this on a light rod, guys. You need to be really careful. It's the first time I've done it, so we're giving it a go, and if it doesn't work, you may not see this video. It's about 18 feet deep here. It takes a while to get to the bottom. There, that's how long it took that to get down. Current's running right to left at the moment, so we should be okay for seeing bites. Okay, well I'll put 15 balls in, or 15 feederfuls rather, and let's see how we go with that. I'll just change this feeder back to the normal sized one. It's probably going to take a bit of time, they're not going to turn up straight away, but hey, it's worth a go, isn't it? What's the worst that can happen? I just don't catch anything, and it's only a pleasure day, so that's alright. Well, that was quick. It's been in for probably 20 minutes. He's off downstream, this guy. Coming back a bit now though. Just hope it doesn't go into all that rubbish down there that you probably can't see. There's a half a willow tree hanging in there. Oof. He'll do. They're not small fish here, and of course I've moved the landing net to go and do some stuff. Put it down here. I keep telling you not to do this, don't I? Well, don't do what I do, do what I tell you. It's a good old rod, this Vertex. I must do a review on it one day. I've had it about a year now, and it's taken a fair bit of punishment. It replaced the old Series 7. To be honest, there's not that much difference, because the old Series 7 was actually a very good rod itself. Right. It's a bit of a stretch down to the water already. Let's see how we go with the landing net later. I've actually been known to be right on the very end of it. There we go. Okay, fish, you can stay there. Come on. That's a good fish to start off with. Happy with that, and he swallowed it as well. Okay, I'll give you a quick look at him. He's probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 pounds or so. Well, maybe 5. Good start though. Just to show you the rig, it's a fairly standard rig. I've got 8 pound main line on. This is actually 028, it's the Guru drag line. Coming down to a twizzle boom there, which I've shown you before. Got a hook length swivel on, and a hook length which is about maybe 250 millimeters long. Standard 30 gram plastic cage feeder in this case. The reason I'm using it is because I'd been using it on a previous match and I just left it on. I might just have to go to a wire cage feeder a bit later as the current gets a bit stronger, because as you know, this is a tidal river. And I've got a little Guru float stop just above it to stop it moving too far. I'm just giving it a bolt effect, as you saw from that bite there. Hook is a size 14 with a Guru speed stop on there. I'm going to use 3 bits of corn on the hook, and it seems to be working so far, so let's get back out there and have another go. Whoa. He's off under all this tree thing here that's in the water. Get out from under there. Just called a foot assist. When you're that far down, it's not much else you can do. A decent enough fish. A bit bigger than the last one maybe, not much though. Hardly any kind of bite at all, that, but still, a bite's a bite. I'm not sure what's going on here, but it's just... yeah, okay, well, there you go. Just goes to show how good I am at catching stickfish. Oh, dearie, dearie. Yeah. GoPro, stop recording. Well, this one's got a bit of weight to him. Well, it could just be the current. Right down underneath me, look. And he's decided he's off. Okay. Can't do anything but let him go, can you? And this clutch is down pretty tight today, guys. Right. Should be just down below me there. Very deep just down there as well, actually, just literally off the end of the rod. First 2 or 3 feet out it's not too bad, but after that it just drops off. I'm putting a lot of pressure on it. It may not look like it, but I am. Trouble is this water's going down and down. I'm running out of landing net handle. No, it's not all that big look. Just powerful. I say not all that big for this river anyway. Right, let's see if we can get him to come in the net. It's so awkward trying to get them in down here. I think that's him in a little bit. Oh, good job I got the deep net out of today, innit? That other one would have been a problem. Oh, actually, it's actually quite a hefty sort of a fish. They're very thick fish here. Alright, where's the hook? Have a look. Oh, he's actually spat it out in the net again. Well, that's good. There we go, look. He's decent, isn't he? Very thick. Ooh. Putting 1 or 2 together now. Not the biggest fish in the world for this place, but quite big for other places. Oh, he's no, I thought he was going to take off then. I really have got this clutch tightened down quite a lot today. Right, come on fish. Now the thing is, of course, that I put that stuff in at the start, the big pile of it, with the feeder. A big pile, but what was it, 10 or 15 feederfuls. And I've been using the smaller feeder then to keep it topped up. So the question is, will they keep coming, or am I going to have to top up again at some point the next hour or 2? Oh, he's gone round the back of that tree. That's not what I wanted to see. But definitely not. You can't see this, guys, but there's a tree here and it's in the water, and there's all sorts of branches that have been broken off that are in the water behind it, and it's not good. Get out of there, will you? Oh, he's going to the snag. No, get out of that snag. Do without that. Oof. Can't shift him. Look at the bend in the rod. It's not as though I can put any more pressure on. Oh. Yeah, he's decided he didn't want to play, and he's off. And now he's going back round the back of that tree again. This is not what I need, fish. Not what I need at all. Get out of there. Not that way. Get out of that bit. Eesh. Get out. Ooh. I'm just missing all these branches in the water down there every time he does it. And I can't actually do much with him. And I can't put any more pressure on. Ooh, you're a hard work fish, you are. So fit, get out of that tree. He just caught one of the bits of branch there, but I managed to get him off. Come on. Get out of that tree. He's determined to go for it. Running out of land in that handle. And I'm still only just got the net in the water. Come on, fish. Come on. Oh. Get your head in. Get your head in. Come on. Oof, that was a bit close. This foot assist really works well. May not look professional, but kind of works, guys. Especially when you're all that way down there. Whew. Okay. He's actually very chunky, very thick across the shoulders, but you know, you'd think how'd they have that much power, but they do. Well, ho hum. So, having had to take that hook length off, I've actually changed to a different one, and this one's got a really long hair on it, and that's got 5 bits of sweet corn on. It may or may not make any difference, but it's always worth a try, and you never know. It may lead to an increased bite rate, or it might also lead to bigger fish. We'll find out now. I've just got it back in there, and within 20 seconds it's just moving around again. Obviously plenty of fish down there, even though the current's relatively strong out there at the moment. Just a little dink. And away he's off. Come on back this way, fish. I don't want to go off the line clip. Let me get some line back. There we go. Excuse me. Right, well, he's not really fighting. He's kind of just lying against the current. Get out of them rocks. Surprised I haven't had some bigger fish today. They've all been in this sort of, I don't know, 5 to 7 pound range. Maybe slightly bigger, but quite often here you're looking at anything to sort of 13, 16 or even 20 on a normal day. Maybe they come later. And the water's getting further out all the time. Come on, come back. Actually caught on his cheek, outside of his mouth, but still, all counts. There we go. About the same as the others. Well, I don't know if it's the fact that I'm putting 5 pieces of sweet corn on the hair, or if they just turned up and it's kind of coincidental, but I'm not going to argue with it. Fair old bit of bait, isn't it? If you watched the video in the last week or two about the the knotless knot. You'll have seen me tie this one with the speed stop at the bottom, and all I've done is made the hair just quite substantially longer to accommodate. I'll put a pop-up up there just so you can have a look at that if you want to. Well, at least this is a proper bite. Oh, he's off, look. Come on, back you come. I think he just pulled it out of the line clip as well. It's a bit of a nuisance. Oh, stop complaining then. Where is he this time? I can feel him grinding on the rocks down there underneath me. See if we can get on top of him a bit rather than around a rock. There's a whole pile of rocks all the way down here. You can maybe see them in the edge here. Another few inches and I won't be able to hold the end of the handle. The water's just still going down. Alright. Yeah. Right. Up we come again. Oh. Try and get him over those rocks. I'm glad I got this deeper net because it does make it somewhat easier. About the same size though, guys. GoPro, stop it. There's obviously plenty of fish around. There's as soon as I put it in just then, it hit the bottom and I got a bounce. Obviously a liner, but still fish there. Of course, the question with all of these things is there enough feed going in just through this small normal sized feeder, or am I at some point going to have to bosh in another 5 or 6 big feederfuls? I suppose really if I get it wrong it's not the end of the world, because I've had a really good day up to now. I've had plenty of fish, so yeah, if I put some in and it ruins it, fair enough, I'll know for next time. And if I don't put any in and it either ruins it or doesn't ruin it, again, it's all information for next time. Alright, well, I've been talking about when it might go off, and all of a sudden the bites have disappeared. So the plan is I'm going to put another 5 feederfuls out there, take the bait off. Just I don't really want to bite with a great big feeder on like that, so I'm going to put the big feeder back on again. I'm going to put 5 feederfuls out there and just see if that makes a difference. And then what I might do, if that works, is just every now and then top it up with 1 or 2 big ones as well. Okay. As I say, I can't stress enough that you really don't want to be doing this on a rod that's not designed for big feeders. And this one is sort of right on the edge, so, you know, just be careful, guys. Right. The current's actually quite strong at the moment, so I'll cast it a little bit further upstream than I had been. Give it the 20 seconds and I'll repeat this 4 more times, and then we'll chuck it back in and see if we can get a bite. Got our 5 feederfuls in and go back now to just fishing with the normal feeder. See how we get on. May not be instant, may not work at all. It's all worth trying there. That was pretty instantaneous, wasn't it? Probably been in 30 seconds and turned around again, so the feed's obviously made a difference. Seems like these big feeders work, doesn't it? Oh, now he's decided to go for the trees. Getting further down, look. Another few inches and I won't be able to get the net in the water. Right, I think he's getting ready now. See if we can get him in head first and we should be okay. No, barely. So awkward trying to do it this way. The banks are about 3 feet lower, it'd be perfect. There we go. Ooh. It's getting more and more difficult to get him through that crack in the rocks. Right. Well, actually, it's a very chunky fish, this one. Let's show you. He's actually probably one of the heavier fish, but shorter. Because, look, but he's actually very, very thick. And he's got a huge gob. Whew. Right, well, I have no idea how many that is, but they're still coming, so you can't complain. I don't know what this one is. Kind of just coming in down here. Oh, it's a carp, yeah. It swam towards me and then thought better of it. This is the second one since I put that extra bait in with the feeders. So they have come back to some extent. Quite how much remains to be seen, but we've got another half an hour or so before I have to pack up, so see what we can get. This thing's thrashing around in front of me. Come on, fish. You're not that big, you can give up now. I've only just been able to get this in the net now. Not because it's big, it's just that it's so far away. Actually, a bit bigger than I gave it credit for. It's a big thick fish. He's not huge, he's about the same as the other ones, so I won't bother showing you this time. Oh! damn. Missed it. Oh, what have I got here? Actually, I didn't miss it, the hook's gone. Well, no idea why, sometimes it happens. But, hey, not complaining. Just change the hook length and hold on. I don't know if you noticed this, but the wind's really getting strong now. We're expecting a front coming in and we're going to get rain for the next 4 or 5 days, so I don't know how much longer we can do it in this wind, because Morris has got a pole out, and if you're getting sort of 10 to 20 millimetres of rain later on today, then we need to think about what we're doing. So either way, I've had a good day though. And all this wind, this was just bobbling around a bit, and I didn't really see it too well. When I struck and it's on, so they all count, don't they? At least this one's not come straight down in front of me. He's actually kind of wallowing around because the tide's almost out now. there's maybe a little bit of flow from right to left, but we're almost at the bottom of the tide, so I'm on fish. Well, this will be the third one after the last set of feed, if I get it in, plus that one that I just lost. So obviously there's fish down there, and I suppose the question is, does feeding with the big feeders at the start and feeding a large amount, does that work, and does it work as well or better than using the balling in by hand method, just doing that? Certainly it's probably more accurate. It has issues with obviously straining the tackle a bit, maybe, unless you use a bigger rod or a heavier duty rod, and it also takes a bit longer to do than just balling in. But as I say, it's probably more accurate, and it does seem to work. I suppose, you know, with all of these things, we've got to give it a few more tries, haven't we? But yeah, I'm kind of pleased about the way it's worked out today with it. But this wind is really getting up strong now, as you can probably hear, and literally it's come up in the last probably 10 or 15 minutes or so. So I might make this the last fish and call it quits for the day, because old Mozza there's got to get home and he's got an hour's journey to do it. So I don't want him to get stuck in a massive rainstorm. So let's just get this one in, and yeah, he's a nice fish, still about the same size as all the others. But look, I've had a great day, I've had plenty of fish. The method that I was using with the big feeders seems to have worked, so it will definitely call it quits at that, and we'll give it a go another day on another river, and I think we'll also try it on a big lake as well. But anyway, I'll get this fish off the hook, and in the meantime I'll say goodbye to you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you did, click the like button. If you want to subscribe, you can do that too. Until the next time, bye for now.